Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Manjula Banerjee and today I am going to discuss with you parts of cells and how cell perform its activity along with its organelles, and I hope you like my previous video that was upon the basic about the molecular unit, that is cell, and we talk about the universe of cell. We talk about the basic difference between plants and animal cells with their diagram, with their label diagram, and I explained how microscope perform its activity. So in today's video I'm going to discuss with you about parts of a cell. As in my previous video we learned how cells are differentiated into, on the basis of their shape, size, they are differentiated into plant cells, animal cells. So in this video we will mainly concentrate on parts of cells so that you will easily you can easily grasp the knowledge about the different function performed by different organelles, and hence how cell perform its activity. So talking about parts of cell, as I mentioned in this diagram, a cell with cell wall is said to be plant cell. A cell without cell wall and oval in shape said to be animal cell. A cell consists of three parts, students. The major three parts a cell contains, that are cell wall, cell membrane, you can say, cell membrane, nucleus, cytoplasm, so these are the basic parts of a cell. We can say the cell is made up of these three units. Within these three units we will learn how they are themselves composed of different other cell bounded organelles and other materials. So within cytoplasm there lies some if we talk about cytoplasm, there lies some intricate or arrangement of fine fibers and thousands, or I would say even hundreds or even thousands of mini scale but distinct structure called organelles. So let's get started. Here I have present a beautiful diagram of an animal cell, and you can see that in a particular animal cell you can find cytoplasm, which is jelly-like structure, transparent matrix, gel-like, semi-liquid gel-like structure. That main purpose is to give shelter and recite all the vital organelles and proteins and other molecules generated within the cell, give a particular shelter to these organelles and maintain their internal environment, and so that they could perform well. To perform their cell, entire cell mechanism is depend upon these organelles, and if these organelles get in a particular specific shelter, they can work well. So cytoplasm is a jelly like transparent material that is responsible for safeguarding or staying or giving shelter to all these or vital organelles performing activities within cell. Vacuoles, these are vacuoles, air sac like organelles. Cytoplasm, the outer boundary of the cell, giving shape to the cell and responsible for transport of material, exchange of gases as well. That is cell membrane, which is responsible for these activity. Powerhouse of the cell, as I mentioned to my previous video, these mitochondria. They are present numerous in the cell cytoplasm, and their main function is to generate power, that is to generate energy currency, that is to generate ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Its main purpose is to create energy. Dense material present inside the animal cell as a circular globule structure that is known as nucleus. It's basically the house of genetic material. Nuclear membrane, that is the boundary of the nucleus, giving shape to the nucleus and provide exchanging of material from nucleus to the outer cytoplasmic environment. So we are going to discuss all these in detail. So if I tabulate these cell parts in this chart, so that will help you in understanding these units of cells in easiest possible way. Students, you can even use these tabulates you can use these charts in your exam, explaining your examiner how well you know all these organelles, so that it become easy. So I must say presentation is the key point to remember, that presentation is a key feature to explaining your answers, and it also not only help you to understand the topic better, but also allow examiner to observe your paper in easiest possible way, so that you and it ultimately increase the scoring factor, so that you can score better. Nucleus, that is a globular dense structure, oval dense structure, is a house of DNA, genetic material. It is the house of genetic material. So what does it do in the cell? It directs all the activities of the cell. If we talk about cell membrane, it protects the cell. And allow nutrients to come inside the cell. It is the main guard of the cell, of all cell, act as a security guard, present always standing outside the cell and helping exchange of material, allowing only suitable material to get inside and allow exchange of gases and other activities. We will discuss it in detail in my preceding video. Next comes cytoplasm. As I told you, cytoplasm is transparent gel-like fluid, semi-liquid fluid that gives shelters to different organelles so that they could perform well inside the cell. Ribosomes, they are protein factories. They produce protein and help in growth of cell in further. Endoplasmic reticulum, that are the extension of nuclear membrane, I would say. Extension of nuclear membrane, they are present just outside the nuclear membrane in two forms: rough endoplasmic reticulum if they possess ribosome on their surface. If they don't possess ribosome on their surface, they are said to be smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and they help in passage of that transport materials. They help as a passage that transport materials. Next come parts of cell. So now in this video I'm going to discuss what happened inside the nucleus. I am going to discuss with you ribosome, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, lysosome, vacuoles, mitochondria, chloroplast, cytoskeleton, cell boundaries, and cell membrane. Here come the beautiful diagram of animal cell. Let us brush up the level of animal cell. As I already discussed all these levelings in my previous video, you can go and check with that video. Even though I am going to discuss all these once again in my video, the layer just close to the cytoplasm is known as cytoplasmic membrane. The extension of nucleus, thread-like structures said to be endoplasmic reticulum. They are of two types: smooth endoplasmic and rough endoplasmic, on the basis of present or absence of ribosome on their structure. Ribosomes, they are protein factories responsible for transportation and responsible for production of generation of proteins for further cell growth. Nucleus, they are central globular dense structure, house of genetic material. They store safely genetic material within each and every cell. Nucleolus, further dense organism. further dense material organelle present within the nucleus, a globular structure, dense structure that is responsible for capturing important genetic materials and other important molecules. Nuclear membrane is the outer layer of nucleus that gives shape, that maintains shape and structure of nucleus. Golgi complex act as packaging department that capture all proteins, all the vitamins, all the fat molecules coming out from the different organelles, and it captured and pack it in a secured structure before it transported before it transported to outside the cell environment. Cytoplasm, gel-like transparent material, semi-liquid material that helps in residing help giving shelter to all these organelles, performing activities, vital activities within cell. Mitochondria, powerhouse of the cell that generate ATP, so that cell never feel lazy. Mitochondria. Chloroplast, these are green pigments, and these are all only present in plant cell, responsible for carrying out photosynthesis. So this is the basic structure. Now let us move to discuss different organelles. I told you 3 basic parts of cell. What are they? They are cell boundaries, cytoplasm, nucleus. Let us talk about these 3 parts in details. Cell boundary. If we talk about cell boundary, what are those materials present at the boundary of the cell, giving shape and structure to the cell, maintaining shape and structure to the cell? I would say cell boundary also help in exchange of material, acting as guard. Just like security guard, act as a guard that help in looking after each and every material that goes inside and getting out of the cell. It maintain that exchange mechanism. So cell boundary, we look at cell boundary, we know each and every cell, they have cell membrane. Cell membrane are the layer of the cell present outside, they are present just above outside to the cytoplasm, creating a thin layer. They are flexible and that surrounds the cell, giving shape, maintaining shape and structure of the particular cell. If I talk about plant cell, students, cell wall is present only in plant cell, in fungi and in some bacteria. These cell walls are basically rigid, hard, layered around the membrane that found in bacteria, fungi and plants. If we look at this diagram below, this beautiful diagram, you can see the outer layer of this cell is look like this. If we enlarge it into under microscope, we found the membrane are made up of globule-like structure. These are fat globules with big rock-like structure embedded into their bed, that those are protein molecules. So plant cell wall, the membrane outer to the cell membrane is plant cell wall. These are rigid in structure, hard in structure. Because why they are hard? Why cell wall are hard? Because they have 3 more layers. They have primary layer, they have middle lamella, they have secondary layer. These 3 layers in combine give rigidity to the cell, specifically plant, fungi and bacterial cell, and help them to fight against the natural calamities. They have inner pores for exchange of material known as plasmodesmata. In this diagram, as you I hope you remember this diagram where I mentioned few of the organelles which are common in both plants and animals, while few other organelles which are different with their different specific function performed within plants and animals. Now talking about cell wall, students, this is the structure of cell wall. Here you can see a particular cell that have cytoplasm. Yes, we know cytoplasm, chloroplast, green pigment present in plant cell. Cell wall, which is only present in plant cell, hard rigid structure. Cell membrane just beneath the cell wall. Vacuole that help in maintaining osmotic pressure and maintain the structure of the cell, plant cell. Nucleus, dense oval shaped material organelle inside this at the center of the cell help in protecting the genetic material within it. Mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell, generating energy. Chromosome act as a genetic material present, secured, captured within the nucleus with a nuclear membrane that maintain the entire shape of the nucleus. So if we talk about cell wall, student, the main function of cell wall is to provide support and protection for the cell. If we talk about structure, it lie outside the cell, as we see outside the cell membrane, and it found only in plant, fungi, algae and many bacteria, but strictly not found in animal cell. So this is the basic structure of cell wall. You can see that is present outside the cell, encompassing enclosing other vital organism, protecting vital organisms within cell. If we talk about cell wall in detail, I told you cell wall is made up of 3 layers. These 3 layers are primary cell, middle layer is middle lamella, gel-like structure, give cushion effect to the cell wall and avoid it from getting damaged. It avoid in rupturing of cell wall. So middle lamella is present. Exchange of material takes place smoothly within middle lamella. Hard matured wall is known as secondary cell wall. Do you know, students, secondary cell wall is produced from primary cell wall. When primary cell wall get mature, they get mature enough, they become more harder and become secondary cell wall. Here in this tabular diagram, students, I have cleared within a chart, and you can present this chart even in your exams, and it's very easy to understand. I categorized feature in this column while explaining you different cell wall based upon their function. Primary cell and secondary cells on the basis of their occurrence. In the plant cell, primary cells are present, but secondary cell wall are present only if primary cell wall get mature and non-dividing cell, they are present. Secondary cell wall present only in mature cell, in mature plant cell and non-dividing cells. If I talk about position, so where it is present, primary cell wall present in inner to middle lamella, whereas secondary cell is present inner to primary cell wall. Inner to primary cell wall. Do you understand? Next is nature. If we talk about the nature, what is the nature of these cell wall? Primary cell wall is elastic and thinner, while secondary cell wall is inelastic, not that much elastic, because they are rigid enough, they are matured than the primary cell, so they are more harder than the primary cell, so they are inelastic, non-elastic. They are rigid enough and thicker than primary cell. If we talk about nature of growth, these are interceptional and these are accretional. Pits, if I talk about, no pits are present in primary wall, while secondary wall do have pits. Additional material, on the basis of that, primary cell wall, they are absent with additional material. There is no additional material, but in secondary cell wall, additional material in the form of lignin, suberin, cutin, these are present. So I would say lignin, suberin and suberin are wax-like material, student. Wax-like, waxy coating that give shine to leaves, waxy coating. So suberin and cutin, these are 3 additional materials responsible for giving maturity to the primary cell wall and making it secondary cell wall. Amount of cellulose. Now as much as amount of cellulose increase, it become more harder. So if cellulose is lower percentage in primary cell, that means they are elastic, but as soon as their percentage increase, they become mature. Soon after maturation of primary cell wall means they are increasing in amount of cellulose, and higher cellulose amount, with high cellulose amount, they become secondary cell. Extensibility, there is presence of extensibility but generally absent in secondary cell wall, they never extend. Arrangement of fibers, these primary cells, they are wavy and loosey arrangement, But if we talk about secondary cell wall, they are closely straight and parallel arrangement. Hydration. Hydration means amount of water present. Water present 60%, more than 60% in primary cell. But secondary cell, these are dry. If we talk about the branch of the cell, you can see they are brown, hard, cover branch of this branch of the plant, branch of the trees. They are hard, woody. Why they are woody? They are dry because of the high percentage of cellulose, and water is very less. So if we reduce water, moisture reduce. So in secondary cell wall, since they are dry in their nature, they are less than 30 to 40%. Just 30 to 40% of water present in them. Next, move on to cell membrane. They act as a guard. They control what enters into the cell. They control the leaf cells. They provide support and protection. And how they control? They have lipid bilayer. Again, in my previous video, I shared a tip that in biology, if you don't know, if you are not aware of any term in biology, you simply can make the term, cut the term into halves with specific meanings, and combining those meaning, after that you will get the term, get to know the proper definition of the term. Bilayer means two layer. Lipid, two layers of lipid, sandwich protein within them. And this sandwich of lipid bilayer enclosing protein within them, they are said to be lipid bilayer. Two layers of lipid sandwich protein within themselves. So lipid bilayers are double layered sheets of phospholipids. Phospholipids double layered, enclosing two layers of phospholipids. They enclosing cholesterol, they enclosing membrane proteins, they enclosing glycoprotein, phospholipids, plasma membrane, and so that's why they are known as lipid bilayer. So how is the structure of cell membrane related to its function? All cell membranes have similar basic structure, as we all know. They are made up of two things: protein that are suspended in the double layer of phospholipid. If we talk about protein, what is the function of protein? Why they are present in lipid bilayer? Their responsibility, this is lipid bilayer. Two layers, one, two. Two layers, they enclosing proteins. They enclosing transport proteins, some of the phospholipids, some of the carbohydrate. So what is the responsibility of protein? Why they are present? They are selective exchanging substance. They only allow selective material. They select which materials is effective, going to benefit cell. They will allow only those beneficial material to get inside the cell. They help in communicating with environment. If a protein generate protein when it create if a cell when it create protein, a cell prepare protein, it get packed with Golgi complex. Now the protein has to release out from the cell. Communicating with environment means protein gauge the outer environment, the environment outside the cell, whether it is osmotic, whether it is according to the osmotic pressure, it allow the exchange of material. So communicating the cell and maintaining the homeostasis internal environment of the cell. It also help in controlling biochemical reaction. It help in forming connection between the cells. Cell to cell connection takes place. For example, two cells are attached with each other. Now one cell produce protein, it have to transport to other cell. So this particular cell membrane protein, which first of all test this protein to be transferred to the next cell, help in cell to cell connection and communicating with each other. This help in connection between these two cells. Now what is responsibility of phospholipid? Why they are present? They act as isolating agent. They help in responsible for isolating cell contents. So cell membrane functions are selective permeable barrier. They select materials, so they are selectively permeable. They won't allow each and every molecule to get inside, and won't allow each and every molecule to get out of the cell membrane. No. So they basically act as a selective items to get transferred and get exchange of selective materials. They allow only exchange of selective materials within cell to the outer environment. So they create a channel in between, create a channel into the cell membrane, create a channel within outer and inner environment of the cell. So they also, their function is to maintain structure, keeping the cell content together. They allow communication internal environment to the external environment of the cell. They create a communication channel. They allow recognition of other external substances as well. They allow mobility in some organism, for example amoeba. So what does it mean? A cell membrane which have flagella at its outer end or cilia, thread-like structure, to the outer cell wall, and they are attached basically to the cell membrane, and they help in locomotion. So that's why it's mentioned that it allow mobility. Mobility means moving cell from one area to another. So allowing mobility in some organism, for example amoeba, cell membrane, few of cell membrane, they have cilia outer their surface bound layer of the cell membrane, or flagella, long thread-like structure that helps cell to locomote from one place to another. Last but not the least, cell membrane are the site of various chemical reactions. Extensive chemical reactions takes place within chemical cell membrane, with exchange of energy and releasing of energy or creating other molecules. They properly channelize the chemicals reactions that is responsible for maintaining the cell structure.